If you're like me, you've hated what Blizzard's done to Overwatch over the many years. What I would argue right now is actually the best state Overwatch has ever been since Overwatch 1. Because in Season 16 and seasons before that, they've added things like Stadium, perks, hero bands, loot boxes are back, and a lot of other things that added over the years. And so today, I'll be covering all of those things, but also some other things that I would like to see Blizzard improve upon. And so if you're burnt out from Rivals and are thinking about maybe trying Overwatch for the first time or coming back after a long time, make sure you watch till the end of the video, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, I just want to get this out of the way before I sound like I'm sponsored. I'm actually not. I'm literally just making this video because I feel like it, and I feel like not a lot of people are talking about the new season because of another game, and we'll get into that in a bit. But the first thing I want to cover is the new big game mode, Stadium. Now, to make it really simple and short, I guess you can call it like a MOBA-esque game mode to where you can build into your character the way that you want, and you can get stronger over time as the match goes longer, using all the new perks in that game mode. And there's even character-specific perks to enhance the gameplay experience. Like if you're a Genji main like me and your favorite part of his kit is the dash, you can do sort of like a bleed build to where now his dashes do like anti-healing effects, bleed, or maybe you like his Dragon Blade more. Well, now you can give him like a projectile every time he swings, use his Dragon Blade after deflecting, and put more ability power so you don't have to swing as much. And don't worry, if you hate the third person, you can go to first person at any point. But I do want to mention there's one thing that I don't really like, and is that you cannot sell your power, but you can sell all the other stuff besides that. So once you've decided what kind of a build you're going for, you're kind of stuck with that power for the rest of the match. And depending on who you are, you cannot swap your heroes as well. But if you hated counter swapping, I mean, you literally can't do that. I will mention that right now there is 17 heroes playable in the Stadium game mode, but over time I can imagine they're going to put a lot more in there, and we can see a bunch of crazier abilities in the game. Also, if you're a content creator, I mean, this is pretty goated for you if you want to show off any builds that you found or made and come up with crazy things like a one-shot mercy build. I don't know. And this time it actually really does feel like an Overwatch 2. And there's also like a ranked mode kind of in this game where you can like level up, but it's not as serious as the actual competitive mode. However, speaking of competitive, let me talk about that. Now, if you've been gone for a long time, basically ranked is just how you remember it in Overwatch 1. 6v6 open queue is back. Your border also shows your rank. No placement system. And the rank system is kind of more like Valorant, where there's like tiers like bronze 5 to bronze 1. And the best thing of it all, hero bans are in the game now. Now, if you're a Somber main, I probably wouldn't touch ranked because I'm pretty sure she gets banned like at least 90% of the games. And compared to Rivals, you can't really get any duplicate hero bans because once you found a match, every single person on the team will be choosing 3 heroes to ban, and the game will ban the 4 most voted heroes. I don't know why it took so long, but I mean, they finally added it. Because now if someone's like really oppressive, let's say Mauga for example, you can literally ban him and you can play your own meta in that match. Or you hate Widow on Havana or Junkertown, get her out of here and ban her. Not only that, they've also added perks. Now this is different to the Stadium game mode because this is just in the base game now. Every single hero in the game has 4 perks, and you can choose 2 of them, 2 being minors and 2 being major perks. For example, Zarya's first minor perk allow her to rocket jump even higher, or the grab can do percentage damage. And for her major perk, she can make her particle beam pierce enemies when over 50 energy, or you can amp your bubble to give your allies health regeneration and increase their movement speed. Once again, that's just one of them out of all the heroes in the game, and I really do encourage you to just look at all of them and try them out. On top of all this, in this season, Freya released as the new hero, and honestly, I've been having a big blast with her. If you tried Valorant at any point, her abilities are basically like a jet dash or an updraft, and she has a really fun playstyle. After 3 final blows, you can get up to like 25 or 30% of your ultimate charge, and you can kind of treat this ultimate sort of like a Tracer pulse bomb because it builds so fast. Once again, I do encourage you to try this hero yourself because she's a pretty darn good DPS hero. Now that I've talked about all the bells and whistles in terms of gameplay, let me go over the monetization a little bit, since I mean a lot of people want to look cool in the game. Now, if you left Overwatch 2 back in Season 1, you may think that you have to pay for heroes and can't buy any skins. But boy, do I tell you, they fixed a lot of things after 2 years. I mean, I honestly hope they fixed it after 2 years. They also been giving free skins more often that are new. I mean, looking at the Winter Wonderland, we got a pretty cool Widowmaker skin, Cass, and an Echo skin for simply just playing the game. And I mean, if we want to compare it to like Marvel Rivals, we only got 1 Jeff skin for the whole winter event. The battle pass has some free credits in there, and you can get more credits by doing challenges. Now you can't use these credits to buy shop skins, but you can use these credits to buy things from the hero gallery. And while yes, you do still have to buy premium credits, you can also earn a good amount of free ones in the battle pass as well, not even needing to pay for it. And honestly, I think Overwatch has been doing a really good job in monetization these days. I think a lot of people play this game to get cool skins or cosmetics to show off in game. Not only that, but if you haven't heard, in season 15 they also brought back loot boxes. Now this time there's absolutely no way you can buy these, and you can only earn these by playing the game. Yeah, I know, terrible. Now you can earn up to a max of 3 loot boxes a week by playing 27 matches, but wins double the progress. But the cool thing about these loot boxes is that you can get really expensive shop items in these loot boxes. Like online the other day, I saw someone get the Ion Reaper weapon skins from opening their loot boxes. So it is a pretty cool incentive to play the game, even at least a little bit, to get a chance of getting a loot box with a cool item in it. Now talking a little bit about monetization, I personally think it isn't just an Overwatch problem, but overall the gaming industry as a whole. And believe me when I say this with no glaze, but I think Overwatch is actually not the worst out of all of them. Now, just like any other game, they do the stupid thing where they say it's like a % off when it just released to make you feel like you're getting a deal, but that's like any game. But I would argue that you get the most value from Overwatch when you buy some bundles. For example, this Ultimate Battle Pass bundle is 40 bucks. You get 2 legendary skins, 20 skips in the Battle Pass, and 2k of the premium currency for Overwatch on top of getting the Battle Pass, which I would say is a lot more value than just buying 2,000 of the premium currency just raw. And if you still think it's poop, I mean, Apex Legends, you literally have to gamble for heirloom shards to get your like heirloom or whatever. Or if there's an event going on, you have to pay up to $160 for that mythic skin, which is absolutely absurd and much worse than Overwatch or even Valorant, which I would argue has even worse reskins for even more money. Like this Champions 2021 Vandal is 26 bucks for a literal reskin of the original model of the Vandal. And for $40 more, you can get a knife. Now, I could go on and on about the rest of the industry and how screwed it is, but I think that Overwatch does have the most fairest pricings in the industry, but that's just my opinion. But with all that out of the way, let me discuss about Marvel Rivals versus Overwatch just a little bit. Now, in my experience and my observations so far, I feel like Rivals is high-key speedrunning what Overwatch went through in terms of all the bads and the goods. And by no means is it the devs' fault. The devs have been doing a great job in supporting that game, but the community is just unbearable. Sure, you could say that a lot of the toxic Overwatch players and content creators moved over to that game, but things like the support strike in that game is really just killing the desire for anyone to play the game. They're buffing the supports, and who knows, maybe we're going into a GOATS meta in that game. And I would imagine that if you're a Rivals player that's brand new to the hero shooter genre, you've definitely heard of Overwatch, but at the time everyone was very anti-Overwatch. But I would imagine that if you made it this far and have never tried Overwatch ever, right now is the best time to play the game. Now before you head out, I do want to appreciate and thank you for making it all the way to the end. If you haven't already, liking and subbing does really help my channel out a lot, because a whopping 98% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. I also want to let you guys know I've been streaming on Fridays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST, and a lot of this footage comes from the channel at twitch.tv/vpizz, so come hang out over there, comment pickle, and as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Peace and love, baby.